What's up, guys? It's Frank from Trove, and welcome to our brand new series, Journey to Collectable, which we are extremely excited to share with you all. In this series, we are going to take a deep dive into some of the most important sports collectibles on the planet and take you guys along through the story to truly explain to you guys the value behind these items. I'm really pumped about this series because I think that there's so many collectibles out there with such rich stories and history that don't get enough attention, and I love talking about modern cards and the daily fluctuations that happen from watching games on TV, but at the exact same time, I think that there's a lot of items that need more appreciation, and that's what we intend to teach you guys about throughout this series. So let's get this first episode started because today we are talking about Wilt Chamberlain's home rookie uniform, which is actively trading on the Collectable platform. So rather than immediately talking about the pricing of this uniform and why I believe Wilt's a really good investment long term, let's really take a look at the history of this uniform and understand how it went from Wilt Chamberlain wearing it during his rookie season, where he averaged nearly 38 points per game, to how it then got to being on the Collectable platform today, where you guys can own shares and directly invest in this asset yourself. We've all heard the stories about Wilt Chamberlain being incredibly dominant and how he holds incredible records such as scoring 100 points in an NBA game, but at the exact same time, I think it might still be possible that people truly don't understand how incredible his legacy is in general. Wilt grew up in Philly, and his dominance playing basketball started way before he made it to the NBA. He walked into high school measuring 6'11", and by his senior year, he was averaging over 47 points per game and was committed to go play for the University of Kansas. Wilt took over college basketball when he was there, but as you guys expect, in the 50s, there was really no answer to cover a guy that was 7'1" and that athletic. So looking at Wilt, his sophomore and junior years, he scored 30 points per game, but after his junior year, he was facing a tough spot because he didn't want to go back to school for another year because he didn't enjoy playing that type of basketball game where he's getting triple teamed, quadruple teamed, but he wasn't eligible yet to play in the NBA. He had to wait one more year, so he decided to go play for the Harlem Globetrotters, which was a crazy thing to do at the time. So Wilt played for the Globetrotters for a year. He got paid $50,000 for doing so, and then he entered the 1959 NBA draft because although the Globetrotters were fun, his main goal was to make it to the NBA and play at the highest level. In the 1959 NBA draft, he was selected by the Philadelphia Warriors, but he wasn't drafted in the typical way that we're used to. The Philadelphia Warriors used a territorial pick, which back in the day, the NBA was trying to spark interest. So at the time, rather than using your own draft pick, you could claim one of the star players from the nearby colleges to try to get local fans supporting those players that they've been watching for the last few years. And although Wilt Chamberlain played college ball at Kansas, he was from Philadelphia, so the NBA granted the Philadelphia Warriors to draft him, which ended up being a great choice for them. And draft night was just the beginning of Wilt's insane career. So after looking at Wilt's journey to the NBA, let's talk about that iconic rookie season because it was the greatest rookie season in the history of the NBA and nobody will ever top it, and it's probably the greatest rookie season in the history of all of pro sports. He averaged 37.6 points per game, 27 rebounds a night, and he wasn't only rookie of the year, he also won league MVP. So from the second Wilt Chamberlain entered the NBA, he was the best player in the league, which is something that we'll never see again. So rather than just looking at rookie cards, what would be the best piece of memorabilia that you could have attached to Wilt Chamberlain? When we're talking about critically significant pieces of sports memorabilia, I don't know how much better it gets than the uniform that Wilt Chamberlain was wearing during his iconic rookie season when he entered the league. This jersey was photo matched to him wearing it on January 5th, 1960, where he scored 52 points at Madison Square Garden at a neutral site game. It's important to understand with modern basketball players, they go through tons of jerseys throughout a season, and now with these modern guys, looking at guys like Zion and Luka, nobody's ever going to lose track of any of their game-worn jerseys or shorts. But during Wilt's time, things were different, and players were only wearing a few jerseys every single season, and it wasn't incredibly rare for, after a season to end, for a team to reuse that jersey for a different player the next year. So how did this uniform stay in such great condition, and how did it make its way to the Collectable platform? So for a long time, this uniform was in the Chamberlain estate. It then got brokered in a private deal. Then after that, in the summer of 2019, David Kohler, who is the founder of SCP Auctions, he has one of the greatest Lakers memorabilia collections in the world. He acquired this uniform for $700,000. From there, Collectable was able to get their hands on it. Kohler did retain 25% equity when it IPO'd on Collectable. It IPO'd for $1.275 million. When looking at the price today, being at over $2.4 million, we've seen this item continuing to increase in price over the last 12 months. In late August, there was a buyout offer for this uniform where someone tried to buy it from shareholders for $2 million, but the offer got denied, which I think makes a lot of sense looking at some other jersey sales that we've seen in the industry. This past May, we saw a Kobe rookie jersey sell for $3.7 million on Golden Auctions. In August, we saw a Jackie Robinson jersey from his 1950 season sell for $4.2 million. So a $2.4 million market cap, $19 a share for this Wilt Chamberlain uniform, I believe is an interesting play at the moment. It's also important to note that in a lot of instances of high-end memorabilia sales, it's only the jersey, but for this scenario, you have both the jersey and the shorts, which make up the entire Wilt Chamberlain rookie home uniform. And lastly, another reason why I really like this uniform is the fact that it's lagged so far behind Wilt Chamberlain's rookie card. In 2019, this rookie uniform sold for $700,000, and if we look at his 1961 Fleer rookie card at the time in a PSA 9 grade, it was selling for $40,000. It was a 17x spread. But now if we look in 2021, the rookie uniform has a market cap of $2.4 million, and his rookie card is selling for $350,000 on average. It's only a 7x spread right now. So we've seen the sports car market catch on fire over the last 18 months, but the jersey and uniform market overall has lagged. Luka Doncic's one-of-one National Treasures logo man RPA sold for $4.6 million earlier this year. So the fact that this Wilt Chamberlain rookie home uniform has a market cap only slightly above half of that, I think is very weird, and I think it's an inefficiency that over time will work itself out. And I think if we just think about this Wilt Chamberlain uniform, if Panini cut it up into patch autos, you can make probably a couple hundred patch cards and they would all sell for tens of thousands of dollars probably. I think there's a lot of good sports card plays right now, but when we're seeing people paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for young NBA players, none of which most likely will end up having a career as good as Wilt Chamberlain, the vast majority of them will never even have Hall of Fame level careers. And we see this Wilt Chamberlain rookie home uniform with a market cap of $2.4 million. You could buy in one share under $20. I just think that's a great value play if you believe in the collectible space long term. This Wilt rookie uniform piece has such a rich history, and I think it would be really tough for anybody to show me a uniform that's more incredible than this. So we appreciate you guys checking out this first episode of Journey to Collectible. If you're new, make sure you go and download the Collectable app. This is where you're going to be able to buy and trade shares of all these incredible pieces of cards and memorabilia. And we will be back later this month to tell you guys the story behind the Mona Lisa of baseball cards.